Thanks for staying with us this morning. We're at the Commodity Classic here in Manhattan, Kansas, and we're joined by Dalton Henry, who is the Government Affairs Director for the Kansas Wheat. And we're going to talk about something that you and I have been talking about for 4 years, which is the Farm Bill, and it's done. So, Dalton, thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Like I said in the opening, we've been talking about this for 4 years. We've got a bill. It's not a perfect bill, but we've got a bill.
Yeah, I think that you probably summarized 4 years worth of work pretty well right there, that we finally got to the point of having a bill. You know, certainly from our perspective with wheat growers, that's good move, good step forward. Still a lot of work to be done in implementation. A lot of the little details that will either make these programs work well for producers or will cause producers challenges in years coming down the road. Those rules are going to be written by the USDA over the next 6 months. So unfortunately, we're not truly at a finish line, but definitely a big step forward after really struggling for several years now to get a bill passed.
Well, I know everybody made concessions in this bill. There was 1% cut into food assistance, which makes up about 80% of the Farm Bill. How is that going to impact Kansas, do you think?
You know, I think that we focus a lot less on the nutrition spending portion of that bill. I think that clearly that became the headlines this year and was really a major struggle between House Republicans looking for $40+ billion in cuts, Senate Democrats really realistically looking for as few cuts as possible. Final number somewhere around $6 to $8 billion, along with a few policy reforms that I think maybe a few individuals were happier with than others. In terms of maybe trying to put that program on a good track into the future. From our perspective, we really prefer to have that bill stay as a joint bill. If you remember when we were going through this process, for a while the House had split the bill into two. It split nutrition spending on one side, farm programs on the other. We think they all deal with food, and we think that it ought to stay together into the future.
I think it benefits farmers to have food assistance, nutritional programs in a farm bill for the simple fact of it gives them a better outlet for their products.
It really does, and it provides some additional demand and make sure that we're able to meet our obligations to folks.
Long-term direct payments we're taking out of the Farm Bill, more relying on, I guess, on insurance now. How's that going to affect everything?
Yeah, I think that we're definitely going to a more risk management approach within this Farm Bill, as opposed to more of a direct cash type assistance that we'd seen since Freedom to Farm in the mid-90s when we instituted direct payments. Not solely going to crop insurance, 2 new programs within Title I will replace direct payments, but the old Title I direct payments, Acre, Sure, those programs are all gone, replaced with producer will have a one-time option to choose either the price loss coverage or PLC program or the ag risk coverage, which is called the ARC program.
One time being over a certain period of time,
one
or
time,
over the lifetime?
Lifetime of the Farm Bill. So not necessarily the lifetime of producer, but definitely something that folks can't just look at a single year that we're in right now and say, this is going to be the program for me, because realistically, you are making that decision for 4 years, 4 or 5 years. This Farm Bill will run until the end of fiscal year 2018 or the end of the 2018 crop year.
Does that change the way people think about farming as far as they set up their, I guess, risk plans as they start to move forward?
You know, I'd like to think that we put a Farm Bill in place that supplements and helps producers when times get bad or we have a crop loss or a sharp revenue loss. But at the same time, we'd like to think that that Farm Bill is not influencing their decisions day to day.
Perfect. Well, we're going to finish up next week with Dalton, so make sure you tune in next week, and we're going to finish up our discussion on the Farm Bill with Dalton. We'll see you later. You can find us on the web at kansasagreport.com, and make sure to like us on Facebook.